With Maine primary elections less than a week away, Republican gubernatorial candidate Garrett Mason spoke in Augusta today on his plan for a state budget. The former Senate Majority Leader spoke critically of budgets during the Mills administration, pointing at an increase from $7 billion to $12 billion over the years. Mason also says the next governor will immediately have to begin drafting a biennial budget, and he's the only one on the Republican side that has experience working through the process in Augusta. Surrounded by legislative supporters, Mason said he has three main goals: lower income taxes, less spending, and smaller government.
That means lowering Maine's income tax burden so working families, retirees, and small business and job creators can keep more of what they earn. It means restraining spending and forcing Augusta to live within its means. And it means making state government smaller, more focused, and accountable to the people who actually pay for it. We also need to be honest about how we got here. For the last 8 years, Democrats in Augusta have used partisan tricks and procedural games to grow government without any real government responsibility.
Mason wouldn't commit to an exact number for a budget, but says over $1 billion can be cut right away.